Hey guys, what's up? Attack on Titan, the final season, finally came out. Came out yesterday, around about 9 p.m. UK time. But kind of got delayed because the servers actually went down. Both Crunchyroll's and Funimation's servers went down. So I didn't get to watch it till about 9:30, which is fine, obviously. But yeah, it got delayed because the servers went down. But anyway, the final season. First episode was so. This episode's so good. It's so good. Some of the animation is kind of off. Some of the CGI on the Titans, is kind of off, but I can be reasonable with it because Mappa Studios has been, I wouldn't say forced to get it out as quick as they can, but they kind of have. I can see them maybe delaying an episode or two, maybe not now, but later on, while they're releasing the episodes week by week, just to get the finishing touches, which I think I'll be okay with, seeing as this is called the final season. I want it to end on a high, because obviously Attack on Titan has been consistently good throughout the episodes and the seasons they've released. Anyway, so this episode is completely different to what the other seasons and episodes are. This will contain spoilers, so if you haven't seen the episode, watch it and then come back. Just a warning. So now we're gonna talk about it. It's completely different. The scenario, the place they're in, it's completely different to what it was in season 3, season 2, and season 1. And it's all new characters. The only two characters that you already know in it, and potentially another, is Reiner, who looks, I wouldn't say completely different, but he looks very much older than he was. And you also get to see Zeki, or Zek, who is known as the Beast Titan. So yeah, you get to see both of them, but you also get to see brand new characters, which I'll show up now. So the white-haired girl is, the middle one, the white-haired girl with the hat on, is Sophia. You have Falco, who is the one with the bandages across his head. You have Gabby, who is the one that reminds me of Eren and Eren's mom and stuff like that. I don't know why, but she does, and she's the one right at the front. And then you have the one with the glasses, who I don't even know if they said his name in the show or not, but you have the other one in the glasses. If they did, I must have missed it or something like that. But yeah, these are known as the warriors. So remember, Reiner and Bertolt used to talk about being a warrior and stuff like that with Annie, which is basically the people that want to destroy or kill the devil spawn, which is the people behind the walls during the first 3 seasons. So Eren, Mikasa, Armin, everyone there, who are known as the devil spawn to them, which during the first episode is these children, who are known as the warriors, are the next ones to inherit the armored titan, which is Reiner. So this is kind of, it's weird. I have no idea what's going to happen. So basically, Reiner's going to die this season, or get eaten by one of the kids, and they'll turn into the armored titan, which is pretty crazy. It's crazy at the moment. Bearing in mind I haven't read any of the manga up to date, because I don't want to. So no spoilers. for me, please, while these episodes are coming out. I'm sure no one will do that anyway, but just a heads up, I don't want any spoilers in the comments. So yeah, you get those kids are basically the warriors that are going to turn into the Armor Titan eventually. So they're in a massive battle, a warfare between this other covenant, or district, and basically these warriors, or Eldians, I'm pretty sure that's what they called them. They are known as the kings of warfare, I guess, because they have the power of the Titans and no one else does. And that is how they win their wars, is by using the Titans. But the enemies, I don't know if they were enemies or allies or whatever we want to call them, but the other opponents in the war, they had technology like guns, like tanks by the looks of it, and like modified cannons that could actually one-shot Titans if they hit the right place. They would just instantly kill the Titans, or at least one Titan and then whatever. But that's kind of crazy how the world on the outside of the walls has developed so far into being able to kill the Titans without, blades and stuff. Obviously it was going to happen because from what we know during the first 3 seasons is that cannons was the most modified, or the ODM gear was the most up-to-date gear and technology they had in their sort of timeline compared to the outside world, which has, now we know, tanks, battleships, guns and stuff like that. So that's pretty crazy. They even had planes. So yeah, they had a warship plane sort of thing. So one thing I wanted to touch on was probably my favorite scene, and really weird in a way, but it was kind of like a suicide bombing, just a bombing of Titans. So it was people coming out of the plane, or while they're strapped up on the plane and getting launched out with no parachute, nothing, just getting launched out by Zeki and Reiner. I don't know if that's how you say his name, Zeki. I have no idea. Sorry if I mispronounced it. But they've been launched out of the plane and just flying down towards the city below, or the district below them. And Zeki screams and they all just turn into Titans. And it's just a scene of Titans falling to the ground onto the city, which is just crazy. And I thought it was such a sick scene, just to see tens of 20s or whatever, tens of whatever Titans just constantly falling onto the ground into the city and just wreaking havoc on the whole city. It was crazy. So yeah, that was a great scene in my opinion. Then after that, you also have Reiner, who finally makes his appearance, and he jumps out of the plane into the city to help destroy the cannons that are taking out the Titans and everything like that. Because he's the Armor Titan and stuff like that, and the cannons don't really work. But it turns out he was wrong, and they do work on him, and they were penetrating through his armor, through his arm, through his, even when he was blocking, it would go through his arm, through his shoulder, things like that. And it was pretty crazy to see. Then obviously you get to see the Beast Titan in action. You even get to see a new Titan in action, which I have no idea what it is called. But it was pretty crazy. It was really agile. It reminded me of Ymir's Titan, and it can move around really quick and looked like it was really good in the war. Reiner at the end did take a massive hit from the battleships. He protected the Beast Titan, as the Beast Titan did try to blow up the battleships, as he did with his throwing technique with rocks. He did it with missiles instead, or cannons, like he did with the rocks in the scene where he slaughtered, basically all of the scouts. He was doing that with the battleships. But they also had anti-Titan cannons on them, which was pretty crazy. So he got shot at, and Reiner tried to protect him. So Reiner at the moment is down on the floor, potentially got hit in the nape. We don't really know. I don't think he did, because otherwise, where's the point of the Warriors and the Armor Titan and everything like that? But if he did, then wow. Reiner died in episode 1. That's pretty crazy. But yeah, I don't think that would have happened. But one last thing I wanted to touch on was right at the end, I think it was after the credits or just before the credits, you see a character with long greyish hair and a beard. Not a long beard, just a small clean shaved beard. But I think, and I think most people do think as well, that this is Jean, which is crazy to think about. So Jean is already adapted to the world that they are living in now. So the world of the city over the seas that they had to cross and stuff like that. They are already there. So we will probably have an episode that will give them flashbacks of how they got there or something like that, maybe. Which I hope they do, because I want to see how they even got past the sea. But yeah, so that's pretty crazy how they've basically shown that the original cast of characters, the original ones from the Scouts, have already made it to the new place in the city and already have adapted. So yeah, the episode was pretty crazy. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like. Tell me your thoughts on the episode in the comments. I would really like to see your thoughts on it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you next week for the next one.